Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Right now, obviously in Warzone, we've got a defined meta. We've talked about the best weapons in every category, the main rifles, the main subs, so on and so forth, all the various different meta niches. But beyond the absolute meta choices, there are of course 100 plus other guns that you could use at any given point if you're interested in changing things up. Not all of them are good, but several of them fall just out of the absolute meta category that are considered a bit more off meta, underrated in my opinion. And today, I wanted to break down some of the best underrated weapon loadouts you can be using right now. So first up here, I've got the FJX Imperium, a sniper. Obviously the main sniping meta is going to be the HDR, infinite one-shot headshot. That's a no-brainer. You also have things like the LR762, the Frostline, fantastic sniping choices as well. The Imperium though, for what it is actually really good. It's a nice little middle ground. It can one-shot headshot out to a pretty generous distance, up there with the other best snipers. It's also decently aggressive as well in terms of its overall mobility. So for a non-BO6 sniper, this is one that absolutely can hold its own if you just simply learn the bullet drop, the bullet lead, and how the overall weapon performs and feels, right? So first up here for an optic, I've always enjoyed the SPX 6.6 times. Rock this on a lot of my MW2, MW3 sniper options. It's super clean, but at the end of the day, it's a reticle, it's a scope, it's totally preference. So if you like, you know, the Teplo clear shot more, go ahead and rock whatever one you're comfortable with there. I do like monolithic suppressor on here, extending out our velocity and range, both obviously crucial for a one-shot sniper that's not infinite. Bullet drop and bullet lead is better, and our one-shot headshot range is better as well. I also use the Fahrenheit barrel on here for the better damage range, better velocity. So with this, we end up with a 1358 velo and an 83 meter one-shot headshot range. So like I said, super generous one-shot headshot capability there. 83 meters is really solid. We do also stack high velocity in there too for that 1358 stats. So bullet drop and bullet lead, that hit scan range is going to be crazy on this thing. Lastly, I do go for the FJX blast option on here for the faster rechambering speed. Just makes it easier to shoot back to back there. There are certainly other options you could rock here too. Rear grips helping out with maybe some ADS speed like the Skull 40. You could use a laser for that as well. Even some stocks help out with ADS speed if you want to go more that route. But the Imperium for sniper is honestly a really decent choice. Next up, we've got the TAC Eradicator. We just talked about this one the other day in our best weapons in every category because this is actually truly a contender for being the best LMG in the game. For one, people don't love LMGs. It seems like they are slow, they are heavy. This is a very fast iteration of Warzone, so when you're slowing yourself down, that's typically not going to be like a, you know, a fan favorite choice like ARs or subs. But it's TTK, it's ease of use, it's all fantastic. This thing is a truly great option for the mid to long range here. Also, it's got clean irons, which I love that, especially because we don't have to burn an attachment on an MW3 weapon where we're limited to 5 at best here. So I go for Spirit Fire Suppressor, again, helping out velocity and range. Conquer 70 long barrel is going to do more of the same with better velo and range there. Then so is high grain ammo. So we end up with an 1150 velocity, really solid there. 63 meter effective damage range as well, where it's going to have a really competitive TTK. So that's fantastic. I do like the Brute stock on here for better control, just making the gun easier to use. Then Bowbreaker underbarrel is going to do the same as any of the other vertical underbarrels, just helping out with recoil and firing aim stability. The same stats across the board for anything that's vertical here. So just a matter of how you like them visually here, which one you think looks the coolest. But this thing is going to be easy to use, really consistent, really reliable over the long range. A truly fun and unique choice. And by the way, as we are breaking down the different weapons and setups here today, if you guys enjoy the video, you find the information helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. It really does help grow the channel, and share the video around to new viewers. And if you happen to be one of those new viewers, or maybe you just have not subscribed yet, we should change that each and every day. This is the place to be to stay up to date with absolutely everything going on in COD. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Following that, we've got an option that I think you honestly could call meta, but again, just because it's not a BO6 gun, it's not a main SMG or a main rifle, probably falls more into that underrated or off meta category, and that's the MCW conversion kit. This thing was the go-to sniper support for all of last year, and it didn't really lose anything this year. It's just not a BO6 gun, so the feel is different. You're limited with attachments, but it can still absolutely melt. Fantastic to pair with really any sniper in the game as a close to early mid-range option here. So most important part of the setup is rocking the Jack Raven kit on the MCW, turns it into an AR SMG hybrid. This is what gives it its fast TTK and its fantastic mobility. I do also go for the Cutthroat stock, another aftermarket part, helping out with mobility as well, better movement speed, better strafe speed. So it's just a lot more aggressive. That's obviously huge for speeding this thing up and making it better in the close range where it's the most lethal. 40 round extended mag is your max option here. This does also limit it in the absolute meta conversation as well. The DPM's not great, just straight up. If this was a 50 or a 60, it'd be incredible, but 40, you got to work with it. It'll get the job done, luckily, because the TTK is so fast. Spirit Fire Suppressor on here as well, extending out our velocity and range. The velo's not too crazy either. 547's not fantastic. You kind of just got to live with it. Nearly a 22 meter effective damage range is really good though. Then lastly, rock whatever optic you're comfortable with. For me, it's that Night Hour model 2023, but that again is just a matter of preference here. But yeah, the MCW Jack Raven kit, the conversion kit, it just melts. Now, it's not just non-BO6 guns that can be underrated or off meta. The Model L, I think, is an option that's fantastic. This is a great choice if you're looking for a gun that's just insanely easy to use. You want to pick something up, you want to try something out that you don't have to think about working with. You just pick it up, it's going to shoot straight, it's going to be a laser beam. It's not going to absolutely fry. Like, there are better TTK options in the game. They're in the absolute meta category. But this is one that realistically, if you factor in accuracy, it's true TTK is not going to be that far behind some really strong options just because it's so straightforward and the ease of use here is so welcoming, if you will. It's got a low entry barrier and a decent reward at the end of the day here. So I'm actually rocking a gunfighter loadout in this case. Why not? The more attachments, the merrier here. Optic of choice here. For me, I'm going for the Jason Armory 2 times. If you want to switch things up for your own preference, go for it. No harm, no foul there. Monolithic suppressor for the better range and velocity. Reinforced barrel for more of the same. 1275 velocity is fantastic. Nearly a 42 meter effective damage range is pretty good there, all things considered. Vertical foregrip makes this thing incredibly predictable with its already relatively low recoil. This just sort of negates the horizontal stuff there that might be a little bit awkward here and there, so it's going to be super straightforward. Extended 2 is going to be a 50 rounder. That'll work with a 600 RPM. No concerns there for the DPM. Always a good choice when you can get a better ADS speed, so quick draw rear grip on there. Infiltrator stock for the better strafe. Love the feel of this on all the rifles that I can rock it on. And then why not make an easy to use weapon even easier? Throw on recoil springs. To be fair, if you're already super comfortable with this gun as well, overpressured ammo could be a really good choice too. You get up to a 1600 velocity, 1657. So if you want to go overkill on that, you could do that as well, but no wrong answers between either of those. But yeah, the Model L, it's not a true meta rifle right now, but it is certainly a fun choice that can hold its own. And then lastly here, I've got the Striker. I've talked about this gun a lot. It's still considered off meta, I think, because people just aren't looking at MW3 subs realistically, but I don't think many people realize just how effective this thing is for sniper support. Its first damage range TTK is not going to compete with, the other first damage ranges of things like the Ladra, the C9, etc., the LC10. It's got a slower TTK there. But you get to 10, 12, 15, 20 meters, the Striker takes over. It starts frying at those ranges. This range is so good, and that makes it pristine for sniper support style gameplay. As a more aggressive secondary, probably not going to fill that void as well, but you pair this with an FJX Imperium, an HDR, a Car 98K, whatever the case is, gonna hold its own against other sniper support choices for sure. A little bit awkward with the setup here because it is an MW3 gun, so I go for the Slate Reflector. Night Hour is good here too. If you like the irons, that's fantastic. I'm not a huge fan of them in the mid-range though, personally. Sonic Suppressor for better range and velocity. Recon Long Barrel for more of the same. 667 Velo is really good for sniper support. 14 meter effective damage range is all right there as well. Jack Slash, better movement, better control. You're making the gun easier to use and more aggressive. That's a win-win, simply put. Then a 60 round extended mag on here, very basic. That'll work for all squad sizes. So all these options here, they're probably not your first choice or your second or your third, but all of them can hold their own against some other top meta options, especially as you put more time in with them and get familiar with them. They can stack up quite nicely despite not being considered absolute meta. So some fun little different setups here for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you can always make sure you're up to date with COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.